this video you will learn how to create a dynamic chart with variance arrow wherein I have displayed month on month data for year 2017 and 2018, and this is the difference between 2018 and 17. This yellow bar is for 2018 and this black is for 2017. So as you are seeing, I have selected only India market, and the sales difference is from the 2017 in 2018 there are 77% up in Jan month. Similarly, in the second month is 2% up. Now in the March it is 3% down. So you can see the red arrow, down arrow here. If you want to see the US market data, then you can uncheck this and check the US. So this is the US market data. Similarly, you can select the other market also. Here I have used the checkboxes in place of option button because if you want to see the data together for two markets, let's say I want to see the data for US and UK, then I can select both of them. Now this is the data for US and UK. I can select India or the other market also. So this is all markets data now. Alright, now I would like to show you the data. So this is the data sheet and here is the data available for sales. So this is market name, year. So I'll show you the market. We have 5 different market, 2 years 17 and 18, and all the month for 2017 and 2018, and this is the number of sales. Alright, so here we have displayed the variance in the sales month on month using these arrows. Alright, so now I'll show you how can you create this beautiful and informative chart in Microsoft Excel. So what I'm going to do, I'll select the data from here, just copy this data and press Ctrl N to add a new workbook, and here I will paste this data. This is my data sheet. I'll add another sheet. I will rename this sheet as support. I will add another sheet and I will rename this as chart. We will display our chart here. Remove the grid lines from chart worksheet and we will do some working on the support worksheet. So first of all, I'll take here month, then I'll take month from Jan to December, just drag this, and here we will take the data for year 2017, and here we will take the data for year 2018. In this sheet, I will insert 5 different checkboxes from developer tab. So just go to the developer tab and just go to the insert, and here from form control I'll take the checkboxes. So just click on this checkbox and just click here. I will rename this as India. Okay, I'll make a copy of this and paste. Then I will rename this, the second market, let's say US. We have India, US, UK, Poland and Germany. So I'll quickly make these checkboxes. So I have added all the checkboxes. We can align these checkboxes properly. Go to the format, align top and distribute horizontally. Alright. Now we link these checkboxes here on support sheet. So first of all, somewhere here on column Q, I'll take all the market names, or I can simply copy those names from here. Just copy these names and go to the support sheet and just paste a special value here, and we can remove the duplicate from here. So just go to the data and remove duplicate. Click on OK. So we have the unique market name here. Now we will link our checkboxes with this column, which is R. Just go to the chart, right click on the first India checkbox, go to the format control, and here I'll go to the cell link. Just click here, go to the support sheet and just click on R1 in front of India. Just click on OK. Now this is linked with the R1 of support sheet. If I will check this, then you can see it will display true. If I will uncheck this, then it will display false. Similarly, I will link the other checkboxes with this range. Right click on US, go to the format control, cell link, go to support sheet and link with this. Alright, so we have linked all the checkboxes. Now if I will select all the checkboxes here, then you can see all the trues are available here. If I will unselect any checkbox, like I'm just unselecting UK, then you can see for UK it is displaying false. Alright, now here what I will do, I'll put a formula to get the sales of year 2017. We will get the sales for selected market only. So I will use, first of all, if this value is true, then I will use sum ifs formula, sum if, and I'll take sum range. So I'll go to the data sheet and I'll take the sum range, this one, D column, comma, then I'll take the first criteria range. First criteria range, I'm taking the market name, comma, and then I'll go to the support sheet and I'll give this reference, the market name. Then I will freeze this, press F4. Now I'll go to the data sheet again to give the criteria range 2. So criteria range 2, we will take the month name, comma, and then we will take this reference, which is A2, the month name, comma. Now I'll again go to the data sheet and I'll take this time year, okay, this one, comma. So we are going to get the total of 2017 first, so we can manually type here 2017 and just close the bracket. And now the else case, we will take 0. If India market is not true, then it should return 0, and just press enter. So we are getting this value. Now if I will fill this down, so we are getting all the values for India market only. If I will go to the chart and I will uncheck India market, then what will happen? It will return 0, because here R1 is not true. Now we will make the changes in this formula. What we will do, we'll copy this and here we will put plus and just paste this formula. The only change we will make, in place of R1 we will take R2, because we are going to take for the US market this time, and in place of Q1 we will take Q2. That's it. And now we will plus and paste here, and this time we will take 3 and 3, plus 4 plus 5 and 5, and just press enter and fill this formula down. So you can see we are getting the sales for US, Germany and Poland, because we have selected these three. Now let's say I want to select only India and US, then I will get the sum of India and US only. Now I will copy this formula and I will paste this here. Let me fill this down. So it is giving the same result. So what we have to do, we have to just replace 2017 with 2018. So just select this range, press Ctrl H to replace, and here I will take 2017 and I will replace it with 2018. Replace all. Now you can see it is giving the new result. Now we have got the values for 2017 and 2018 month on month. Now we will add few other support column to create our chart, and those columns will be, first of all we will take here max left, then max right. So we will use max formula here and we'll take the maximum value from these two, and max right will remain same, so we can use equal to this and just fill this down. Now here we will take the other formula also, up error bar, then down error bar. For the up error bar, we will use whether our data for 2018 is greater than from 2017, means the data is going up, then we will use the up error bar. So we will use if C2, which is the 2018, is greater than 2017. In that case, we will use this C2 minus V2, else it should return NA, and just close the bracket. We will copy the same formula here for the down error bar. The only difference is, in place of greater than we will use the less than, and here in place of C2 minus V2 we will use B2 minus C2, and just fill this formula. Alright, now we will create a chart. So first of all I will select this range and just go to the insert and charts, and I will insert our 2D column charts. We'll take this chart, just change the size of chart Right click on the chart, go to the select data. So this max left I will take on the top position, so just move this up. First of all, max left, then 2017, 18 and max right. Click on OK. Here on the chart you can see the first one in gray is max left. So just select this, click on this plus button and error bars. So just add the error bars here. Now for the max right, which is in yellow, click on this and add error bars here also. So we have added the error bars for max left and max right. I will select the error bar for max left first, or just click on any column, right click, go to the format data series, and here you can go to the series options. So just click here and we will select max left by error bars, and here we will make some changes in the error bars. First of all, we will take minus, and then here we will take no cap. In the error amount we will take custom value, so just click on custom and specify value, just click here, and now the negative value just press equal to and just drag this down till here. Click on OK. So we have taken this up error bar value for this one. Now I will select this error bar, or you can simply go here and select max right error bar, this one, and again here we will take minus, no cap, and the custom specify value, positive value we can take blank, and the negative value we will take this range this time. Click on OK. First of all, I will select this max left, go to the fill and I'll select no fill. Then I'll select the max right and I'll say no fill. The only error bars are looking here, so this is the up error bars, right? So just select this one, or the max left error bar. So here I'll go to the line and will take solid line. The color I'll give here green color, and the width I'll take around 1.5. Begin arrow type I'll take this one. Alright, then I'll select the second error bar, which was the max right by error bars, and then I'll select solid line. Color this time I'll take red, and again the width I will take 1.5. For this error bar we will take the end arrow type, and that will be this one. Now here I will select any bar like this, right click, go to the format data series, and we have selected the max left, so we will move it to the secondary axis. Then we will select the max right, this one, and we will move this to the secondary axis. Alright, now we will put some gap width and series overlap. I will take around 20-25%. Gap width I'll take 70 or 80, or let's say 75%. And similarly I will select the max left, it will take automatically because this is also on secondary axis. We can select, let's say, series 2017, which is on primary axis, so we'll take the same 20 and 75. Now I'll go to the fill and line, and first of all I'll select for 2017, which is selected. I'll fill here solid fill, and I'll take the black color, this one. Then I will select the 2018 series, this one, solid fill, and I'll take color this one. Then our chart will look like this. Now here in the chart we will make some changes, and first of all I will select the vertical axis, the secondary axis, and press delete. Then I will double click on this max right and press delete. Double click on this max left, press delete, and I will uncheck the grid lines from here. So our chart will look like this. The chart is almost ready, but we need to add the data labels also. To add the data labels, what we will do, we will create here two more support column for data label. So we will create the column for up data label, then down data label. For the up data label, we will put the formula. If we are using the up error bar or up arrow, then only we will display the up data label. So what we can do here, we can check if is error. If this value is a error, then we will display here blank. Otherwise, we can take simply this up error bar divide by 2017, because base will be 2017. All right, and just press enter. So this is displaying in percentage. Similarly here we can take if is error, and this time we will take the down error bar, this value, then we will take blank. Otherwise we can take this value divide by 2017. Alright, we can fill this down. So for the down error bar, we should display the negative number, and here we should display the positive number. So what I will do here, I will add plus sign here, plus and this value, and press enter. So it is giving the result in this format. So here what we can do, we can use the text function for this. So use the text, and we can use the format as 0% and just close the bracket. So it is simply giving the plus 19 plus 13, and here also we can use the text function. First of all, we will add here minus and text function, then we can use here 0%. Alright, and just press enter. Fill this down, so it is returning the negative number. Now we will add the data label on the max left and max right. To add the data label, what we will do, let me move this chart here and select this one. So we have selected max left. If you are not able to select the max left, so what can you do? You can go to the format and you can go to the current selection. This is max left. If this is not max left, you can select from here also. Then right click and add data label. So it will look like this. I will select data label, right click, go to the format data series, and here I will take the value from cells. Then I will select this range. We will give the up data label. Click on OK. Uncheck value and show ladder lines. Then go to the home and take the green color. Make this bold slightly bigger. So it will look like this. Now I will select, go to the format, and I will select the max right. Then right click on the chart, add data label. Then select these data label, right click, go to the format data label. Again I will go to the value from cells and will select this range. Click on OK, uncheck values and show ladder lines. Then I'll go to the home. I'll take the, so I think we have taken the correct range. So let me take the range again. So we'll select this range. Alright, so go to the home and then go to the font fill, this one, and fill the red, make this bold and slightly bigger. So our chart is ready, and now I will cut this chart, press Ctrl X, go to the charts, and I will paste this chart here. If I will select, let's say, only India market, then it will display the India market data. I can select the other markets also like this. You can insert a shape, the rectangle, this one, like this here. Just right click, send it to back, and move this chart here. You can fill some light background color here, let's say this one. You can select all the objects, select chart, press Ctrl A, right click, make this group. So these, all the charts are selected together. Now this is our dynamic chart. Alright friends, in the next part of this video, you will learn how we can use the slicers in place of these checkboxes to create the similar chart. So please watch the next part of this video. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Friends, if you like this video, please hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching.